Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our program again of education. So today we're going to look at the Kybalion by the Three Initiates. This is a book, the front cover. So you can see the sign there. You have the circle, a triangle, a square inside, then the circle inside the square. So this is the sign of the Philosopher's Stone. So this is inside of the Kybalion, written by the Three Initiates. The Kybalion, that's the book. So I'm not actually going to read the book. I'm going to give you an overview after reading the book myself. So I bought the book on Amazon. You can check, you can see yours as well. It comes in different formats: the ebook format, the paperback. This is the hardcover format or the hard paper format. This hardcover, you can see it. So let's begin with our Kybalion. So I want to explain it. So what is the Kybalion? So the Kybalion is a book published in 1908 by three individuals under the pseudonym known as the Three Initiates. So it is a cornerstone text in the study of the Hermetism, and outlines several fundamental principles said to govern the universe. So it's all about the universe, really, what's governing us. So derived from the teachings of the Hermes Trismegistus, an ancient figure associated with the wisdom and alchemy. So it is all about Hermes Trismegistus, his philosophy. So according to the Kybalion, how do they call him in Egypt, or how they used to call him? So to Hermes Trismegistus, known by the ancient Egyptians as the great and master of masters. This is a small volume is actually dedicated to Hermes Trismegistus, thrice greatest. So the contents is like the introduction to the Centauri edition. We have the introduction, the Hermetic philosophy, the 7 Hermetic philosophies. We have the mental transmutation. We have the all, which simply means God, or the universal, the eternal universal force, or the cosmic consciousness. That's they call him God, or the all, the infinite. We have the mental universe. We have the divine paradox. This is included in the book. So we have the all in all, the planes of correspondence, like the 7 principles of correspondence, or 7 principles of Hermeticism. So we have the all in all, meaning the mentalism. Then we have the planes of correspondence, or the principle of correspondence. We have the vibration, the polarity, rhythm, causation, gender, mental gender. Then we have the Hermetic Axioms, and about the author on the page 145. So it's just a small book, really, 145 pages. You can read it in one sitting. So in this case, you have mentalism, you have correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, you have the cause and effect, and then gender. Those are the 7 principles of Hermetism. So it is written by or dedicated to Hermes Trismegistus, his teachings. So the overview of the Kybalion itself, the purpose. So the Kybalion aims to provide a clear and practical understanding of the Hermetic principles that underpin the nature of reality. So it seeks to offer insights into spiritualism truth that can guide personal transformations and mastery over one's own life, or one's life. So this is the purpose of the book itself, the Kybalion, named the Kybalion. So it gives insights, spiritual insights, truth, and personal transformation and mastery of one's own life. So the structure of the book. So the book is divided into chapters, the one which I just cited for you there, that first introduce Hermetic philosophy and then delve into the 7 principles, which I say mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, gender. Then provide explanations and the practical applications for each. So the 7 Hermetic principles are the principle of mentalism. Should we begin? So I have to go and explain each principle one by one. So I know many of you have heard about the principles, but many of you struggle to understand the the application in the real world as well, how to apply them, or the explanation, to grasp the explanation behind each principle. That is what I'm going to do in this episode. So let's begin, ladies and gentlemen. So the 7 Hermetic Principles by Mwanandeke Kindembo. I'm the one who have to explain it to you. So this by the book itself is dedicated to Hermes Trismegistus. So let's start. The principle of mentalism. So summary: the all is mind, the universe is mental. The all here is emphasizing about God, the universal, the cosmic consciousness, the most powerful one, the infinite. So explanation: this principle asserts that everything in the universe originates from a universal consciousness or mind. That is, the all is mind, the universe is mental. So all reality is shaped by the mind inside your head. All is inside your head. That's what they're trying to say. And understanding this allows us to influence all reality through mental discipline and focus. Mental discipline and focus. It's not only discipline, but mental discipline and focus. So the application of the first principle, the all is mind, the universe is mental, or the principle of mentalism. So it's cultivate positive thinking and visualization to create desired outcomes in life. That's what it's supposed to do. So you need to have a strong willpower, mental discipline and focus. In other words, concentration and paying attention in life. So the second principle is a principle of correspondence, which states, as above, so below, as below, so above, close quotes. So explanation: there's harmony, agreement, and correspondence between different planes of existence. We have physical, mental, and spiritual planes. So those are three planes: physical level, mental level, inside your mind, then the spiritual level, the unseen world. So patterns repeat across these planes. So what manifests in the physical, the mental, and the spiritual, what is manifest in the physical can also manifest in the mental or the spiritual. But the spiritual is always above the physical. In other words, the spiritual rules the physical plane. Just an example in Hinduism, they give an example for spinning wheel. Like in today's world, we can say the car tire or the wheel. So the slower you go, the more it is visible in the physical world. The faster you go, the faster it is spinning, the less visible it becomes. You cannot even tell whether it is spinning or it is in constant or stop. So the more it spins, the more invisible or spiritual it becomes. So that was the second principle, explanation. So the application of the principle of correspondence is that you have to recognize and understand patterns in your life to gain insights into higher spiritual truth and vice versa. Higher spiritual truth, mental spiritual truth, physical spiritual truth. So the third one is a principle of vibration, so which states, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. That applies in the physical, mental, and spiritual realms. So I have to understand all three planes. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates, meaning everything is alive. The things which seems to be stationary, they're actually vibrating as well. So this is explanation: everything in the universe is in constant motion and vibration, and vibrates at different frequencies. So frequencies can have low frequency, higher frequency, medium frequency. It's like tuning into radio. That's different frequencies. So this principle explains the differences between various manifestations of matter, energy, mind, and spirit. So like Tesla said, the number 369, you have to understand the frequency, you have to understand the energy, you have to understand the spiritual matter as well, the invisible things. So it's manifestation of matter, energy, mind, the spirit. So which is the mind is the mental part. So the application of the principle of vibration, is that change your mental state by altering your vibrational frequency, which means you can change your mental state by altering your vibrational frequency through techniques like meditation. You're calming your mind, resting, taking that deep breath in and out, taking your time. You have don't run like you. There's no way. You have to take your time, step by step, baby steps. So you can alter your mental state by altering your vibration frequency through techniques like meditation, chanting, or affirmations. So affirmations like repetition, really. You keep repeating until it sticks inside your mind, until you believe it, really. It's no longer belief, or becomes a second habit. So the fourth principle, which is the principle of polarity. So everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. That is a principle of vibration according to the Kybalion. So the explanation is that everything has its opposite, and these opposites are identical in nature but differ or different in degree. Identical in nature but different degrees. So understanding this principle allows for the transmutation of undesirable states into desirable ones. So polarity, once you understand the principle of polarity, you can alter undesirable states to go into desirable states. Like you're sad now, gloomy, you can change that. Increase your vibration to become happy. Or you focus on the desirable outcome. You stick your mind on the outcome until you remove your ideas or your thoughts from the negative one to positive. Like you have hot and cold, the North Pole, South Pole, love and hate. You can change your mind to the desirable, from undesirable state to desirable, from negative to positive, from north to south, from cold to hot, and things like that, from black to white, white to black. That's the principle of polarity. So the application is like to transform negative emotions by focusing on their positive counterparts, like turning hate and love by turning hate and love by focusing on love, just like I said. So the fifth one is the principle of rhythm. That's the rhythm. So everything flows out and in, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall. So this applies in the physical realm, mental, and spiritual. So the explanation, so there's a rhythm and flow to all natural processes. So understanding this principle helps in managing the natural cycles and fluctuations in life. So fluctuations in life, like everything rise and flow, you have to understand that there's a rise and fall, success, failure, and things like that. So the application you have to prepare for and mitigate the effects of life is higher and lows by anticipating and harmonizing with the natural rhythms. So in the case of rhythm, you have like the pendulum swing. The swing to the right is equal to the swing to the left. Like the pendulum swing for action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Like the Newton is third principle, is third law of gravity. Bang, 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 bang. Is third principle. So the sixth one is the principle of cause and effect. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. Effect and cause. So sometimes things happen. You don't know what was the cause, what the source of the bad things happen or good things happen. So this is a sixth principle, which states every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. So every cause is followed by effect and every effect is followed by cause, meaning nothing happens by chance. Or luck does not exist according to the Kybalion. There's always a law in the physical, mental, or spiritual. So if something happens in the physical realm, maybe the change came from the mental realm or the spiritual realm. So just as I said, the spiritual is above the physical and the mental altogether. So this is a sixth principle. Every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. So the explanation, nothing happens by chance. Every action has a reaction, or for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, just as we said above. And every reaction is the result of a cause. So this principle governs the laws of physics as well as the laws of human interaction and the spiritual phenomena. So the application, so we are advised to take responsibility for your actions and understand the chain of causality in your life to create the desirable outcomes. So the seventh and the last principle is the principle of gender. Gender, what do you understand of gender? Masculine and feminine, male and woman, man and woman. There's a gender that we understand on the physical realm, but can we take it on the mental, the spiritual? So like the brain, you have a right brain, left brain, or right lobe, left lobe. This right, left, everything, left, right leg, left leg, everything, toes and the tails. So in this case, the gender, the 7 principle of gender states that gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. So the explanation is that gender exists in everything, not just in the physical sense, but also in the mental and the spiritual realms. So masculine and feminine energies are present in all things and are essential for creation. So when we say creation, procreation, all of those come from that. Procreation, we're given the power to procreate by God, by the Supreme One, by the Infinite, by the cosmic energy. So the application is that balance masculine. So the masculine force is like the asserting, giving authority, the logical side, thinking, like the I, the ego, that's the masculine side. Then the feminine is like the receptive, accepting, and intuition as well, or intuitive. There's those attributes associated with the feminine attributes as feminine attributes. So if you're receptive, someone tells you something and you accept it, you're taking order, that's like the feminine side, because you're the one who accepting or taking the orders in. Like man, compared to God, we are like receptive. We are like the vessels. We ask and God give us our prayers or fill our vessels. In the case of man, we are like woman when compared to God. And a man to woman, man give orders, then woman take the orders, like in the household. Those maybe old generations, but in this generation, I think that the sentence or that phrase might still some controversy, or might still some negative comments from our female viewers. So that's how it is, male and female. A man cannot be a woman, or woman cannot be a man, or a man can have feminine attributes, or female have some masculine attributes. So if we get more philosophical, we can say in our today world, men are behaving more like women, and women are behaving more like men. So the table has been turned upside down. So there's a principle of gender. So energies within yourself. So it is like the energies within yourself to achieve harmony and creativity. So we have to balance the energy, the masculine energy, feminine energy within ourselves in order to achieve harmony and creativity. So the practical applications of the Kybalion, we have to look through the practical applications of the Kybalion. So in my case, we don't want just to read the 7 principles. We already know the 7 principles, but we need to know the practical application of them. Not just to read them, like recite them in excitement. No, we have to apply them in our daily lives. Not just knowing them, we have to take action. That's what I'm trying to emphasize here. So in the case of personal development, what can the Kybalion help us to improve our personal development, or self-help, or self-realization? So the principle provides a framework for self-improvement by encouraging individuals to understand and master their thoughts, emotions, and actions. So that's what Kybalion is supposed to do. When you understand it, when you read it and reread it, you can master your thoughts, emotions, and actions, taking precise actions at the right time, right moment. That's what it's saying here. So the spiritual growth as well. So by aligning with the universal laws, by understanding the laws of the universe, which are constant, individuals can achieve higher states of consciousness and the spiritual enlightenment. That's what the Kybalion can do for you. When you understand the universal laws, not man-made laws, universal laws, which cannot be changed, which are constant. So in the case of problem solving, the principle offers tools for analyzing and resolving issues by understanding the underlying laws governing situations. So interpersonal relationships, how you react to others, or how you communicate with others. This is like the interpersonal relationships. So by applying the principles, when you apply the principles, it can enhance communication, empathy, and harmony in relationships by recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings. So understanding the uniqueness, understanding that we all came from one source. We are one being, one person, one world, one universe. So understand that the interconnectedness of everything, of all beings, plants, animals, men, when you understand all of them are breathing, all of them maybe have soul, then you become more tolerant or more understanding, or you create empathy and harmony in every relationship. So what can we say about the Kybalion or all of this which we read? So the Kybalion provides timeless wisdom that merges philosophy, spirituality, and a practical living. So by studying and applying its principles, one can attain mastery over their life and achieve a deep understanding of the universe. That's what the Kybalion can do for you and for me. So for a deep dive into the Kybalion, so I think this and its teachings, it is recommended to read the full text, the book which I showed you in the beginning. So the text is available, just like I said, in various formats, like including the free versions as well online, the PDF version. This is the hardcover version. You can get the hard paper as well, or the paperback version. This is the hardcover versions. So if you want to delve more into the Hermetic philosophy, that's what you can do, like me. So there's a chapter at the end as well, which is more important for daily life, because I want to get more practical. So you see it's on the page 137 in my book, chapter 15, the Hermetic principle. There's the Hermetic principles. So I want to go through that as well. So it is from page 137 to which page? To page 144 in my version one, the small version. So we have to go through that as well, so to give you the practical side or the more benefit of the Kybalion, the axioms of the Kybalions. Axioms, the AXIOMS simply means sayings or quotes, really, which are beneficials. So famous things. So the Hermetic Axioms and teaching from the Kybalion. So I have to read the last paragraph which I showed you there. So the possessions and use of knowledge. Possession and use of knowledge. So once you have knowledge, once you possess knowledge, how can you use it? How can you put that into practicality? This is what the Kybalion says about that. Quote, the possession of knowledge, unlike accompanied by manifestation and expression in action, is like the hovering of precious metal, a vain and foolish thing. So knowledge, like wealth, is intended for use. So the laws of use is universal, and he who violates it suffers by reason of his conflict with natural forces. Close quote, the Kybalion. So the Hermetic teachings stress that knowledge should not be harvested or harvested. So hovered but actively used and expressed. So knowledge should not be offered but actively used and expressed. So the laws of use is a core principle emphasizing that without knowledge or without action, knowledge is meaningless. So this is what they're trying to say. Without action, even if you possess that knowledge, without use, without action, without acting upon it, it's still useless. So knowledge without action is useless, and action without knowledge is a disease. So action without knowledge is useless, and knowledge without action is a disease. So you have to try to balance them out. So that is what the Kybalion is trying to express there. So the principle encourages the application of learned axioms and teachings in daily life. So we have to go through the important Hermetic axioms or saying. So 1, changing mental states. To change your mood or mental state, change your vibration. The Kybalion. That is according to the Kybalion. So to change your mood or your mental state inside your head, because everything is inside your head according to the Kybalion. The all is mind, the universe is mental. So the advice to change your mood or mental state, you have to change your vibration. So if your mood is lower, if you're sad or moody, so that means your mood is lower. To achieve the happy state, or if you want to become joyful, you have to raise your vibration. So moving from one state to another state. So one can change mental vibrations through deliberate focus and willpower. By directing attention to a more desirable state, individuals can alter their mental vibrations, so leading to mastery over moods and mental states. That's what Kybalion says. 2 is the principle of polarity. So we have already said the pole north and south, hot and cold, love and hate, black and white, different poles, the extremes. So principle of polarity, to destroy an undesirable rate of mental vibration, put into operation the principle of polarity and concentrate upon the opposite pole to that which you desire to suppress. So kill out the undesirable by changing its polarity. So you kill a bad idea by changing to the positive, negative, positive. So that is according to the Kybalion. So this principle involves using polarity to transform mental states by focusing on the positive pole of a quality, such as courage, to combat fear. Individuals can shift their mental vibrations and overcome negative states. There's a third one. The third one is the mental transmutation. Transmutation is like changing the states of a thing. Transmute them, or it's like ascending, like going above something or improving something. That's the meaning of transmutation, going above it, transcendent. So according to the Kybalion quote, mind as well as mental and elements may be transmuted from state to state, degree to degree, condition to condition, pole to pole, vibration to vibration. That's the Kybalion close quote. So mastery of polarization is key to mental transmutation, allowing individuals to change their own and others' mental states. So persistent practice of this principle leads to significant personal transformation and environmental influence. So transmutation is another word of transformation, changing from lower state to higher state, transcendence. So the fourth one is the neutralizing rhythm. So neutralization or neutralizing rhythm. So quote, rhythm may be neutralized by an application of the art of polarization. So they're putting more emphasis on polarization, because the Kybalion says the key, the mental of polarization is a key to mental transmutation. The principle of polarity or the mastery of polarization is key to mental transmutation. Same thing, neutralization. So rhythm may be neutralized by an application of the art of polarization. That's according to the Kybalion. So the law of rhythm affects mental states. So swinging, right, left, right, left. The swing to the right is equal to the swing to the left, like a pendulum swing, or mood swings in our daily life. Mood swings, happy, sad, gloomy. You don't know whether you're happy or sad. Those are all mood swings. There's a rhythm. So the law of rhythm affects mental states, swinging like a pendulum. So by polarizing oneself at a higher plane of consciousness, one can rise above these swings, maintaining stability and pose. So only if you polarize yourself, you can maintain stability and pose, going above them. We maintain calmness, or you achieve enlightenment, or peace of mind in our daily terms. So fifth is the principle of cause and effect. That's the last chapter, the axioms of Hermetism. So the principle of cause and effect, which states nothing escapes the principle of cause and effect. That's what the Kybalion is trying to comment here. So they say every cause has an effect, every effect is cause. So the Kybalion is commenting that nothing escapes the principle of cause and effect, but there are many planes of causation, and one may use the laws of the higher to outcome the laws of the lower. That's according to the Kybalion. So you can use the laws of higher to outcome the laws of lower. Like I said, the spiritual is above the mental and above the physical. So the spiritual realm can control both the mental and spiritual and the physical realms. That's what they're trying to say. So there are many planes of causation, and one may use the laws of the higher to overcome the laws of the lower. Close quote to the Kybalion. So by understanding and applying higher laws of causation, individuals can transcend low planes of cause and effect. You can transcend, you can go over them, you can overcome them. The lower planes of cause and effect, becoming masters of their own mental and emotional states rather than being influenced by external forces. So the final thoughts. So, quote, true hermetic transmutation is a mental art, the Kybalion, close quote. So the teaching emphasizes that mental power governs the universe. Understanding the mental nature of the universe allows for the transmutation of conditions and phenomena through mental influence. So the Hermetic principle that the all is mind, or God is mind, or the universal consciousness is mind, which state, quote, the all is mind, the universe is mental, close quote, underscores the fundamental belief that the mind is the ultimate power in shaping reality. So your mind is the ultimate power in shaping your own reality or the reality of the others or the environment. So this teaching from the Kybalion provides a framework for personal and spiritual development, encouraging the practical application of esoteric knowledge, the hidden knowledge, to achieve mastery of one's life and environment. So there's whatever want to achieve mastery of your own yourself and environment as well, over oneself and the environment. So that's all about the Kybalion. I think I'm going to end this episode already. It is long, so you can get your book and read it. This is the Kybalion. It's such a great book on the spirituality, or those who want to understand the esoteric knowledge, mysticism, the hidden knowledge. So this is Mwanandeke Kindembo. Thank you again for listening. Subscribe, comment, and share my videos to your friends and families. Thank you so much. Ciao. Bye.